Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Chris. I'm dialing in from Johannesburg, South Africa. And my co-host this evening is Wilson Fury, dialing in from Pretoria, South Africa. So we've got two South Africans presenting tonight and two men presenting tonight. Normally it's a man and a woman, and we're all in different sides of the world. And this is the first time we're presenting together. So I'm really looking forward to it. Wilson and I have walked a long journey together. We've known each other for a couple of years. And Wilson's been on a LifeWave journey for just on 10 months, same as me. So before we get started, very quickly, how did I get to be sitting here right now? I come from the children's toy background. I own my own children's international toy company for the last 12 years. And then the pandemic kicked in and everything went a little bit shaky. And I became one of those victims that had to close my business down. I've been looking for something to do, something to make a difference in this world. And end of last year, I was actually on a Zoom call, and a friend of mine in Spain saw me on the Zoom call and said, "Chris, you're looking tired." I was burnt out. I was tired. Had black rings under my eyes. I don't know if anybody on this call knows what it feels like to have foggy brain fog. It's real. It's really real. I thought it was just an age thing. And so George shared some information to me end of last year. I took a leap of faith and I got my sleeve of X39 patches on the 26th of November last year. Very skeptical. Took the patch, put it on the back of my neck and thought, let's see what happens. Guys, 5 days later, my world, my life completely did 180 degrees. And this is where I'm at, and just sharing it to the world and absolutely loving this product, loving this company, which we're going to talk about now. But before we jump in, Wilson, very quickly, let everybody know a quick minute or two. Tell us about yourself.
So very similar story than Chris. There's a reason why me and him are so close. We have had a very similar timeline in our lives, dealing with very similar things, very similar mindset. I've been a DJ for 25 years. I still play music still till today. It's now only a hobby. COVID kicked in. I lost all my gigs overnight and I had to make a plan to start earning. I then went online and I started looking for ways to make money online, started building networks and meeting leaders all over the world, and the rest is history. And then literally in December last year, I saw Chris just before I went on holiday, and I'll never forget that moment because I saw Chris 2 weeks before I saw him, and he looked like he was going to have a nervous breakdown. I even called him and said, "Buddy, please slow down. Like, I don't want to go visit you in hospital." And when I saw him, he was a completely different person. And all I asked him was, "What did you do?" Because something is different. And we had a very quick chat about the stickers. I got some stickers, this little magic patch here. We're going to talk about that this evening. And what's been happening since that moment is just humbling. We have now changed many lives and touched many people all over the world. And yeah, very excited to speak to you guys this evening. This could potentially change your life or people close to you very, very quickly. So Chris, let's take it away. Where are we getting started? You're going to start with a clip there.
There we go. Share sound. And here we go. And slide. Right. Just want to make sure you can see everything, my brother.
Yes, that's perfect.
Fantastic. Thanks. All right. So you got invited onto this call. Something got your attention. Somebody either spoke about the word LifeWave or spoke about the patch. This is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about a company called LifeWave. Now, what is LifeWave? LifeWave is affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. Basically, in a nutshell, what it does is it activates your copper peptide, which then reactivates your own stem cells. So there's nothing going into the body. It's your own stem cells getting activated, which we're going to talk about now. Now, this works through a concept called photobiomodulation. I know that sounds like a big word. Let me simplify it. Phototherapy. It works on low light frequency. I'm going to play a quick 2-minute video clip which actually explains how the concept phototherapy works and how it relates to the patches. Here goes.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
So one of the first questions that I asked George when he shared the patches with me, I said, George, how long has this company been around? And he said 19 years. You know, when he said that, one word popped into my mind, the word stability. We are 1 year short of 2 decades. So the company started in San Diego, California 19 years ago, and right now is in 84 countries around the world. So it's a proper, fully international established company. In fact, LifeWave is amongst the 50 fastest growing companies in the USA right now. Now, this is quite a big thing because if you look at the turnover in 2020 and 2021, now this, don't forget, was during COVID, right? The turnover of the company was $28 million. Last year, the company did $280 million turnover. Now, how many companies do you know right now that have 10x their turnover after COVID? That means that this is a company that is on its way up and is starting to hit what we call an exponential growth curve. In fact, the projected figures are $1 billion in 2025. So who started this? I call this man an absolute genius, David Schmidt. He's the CEO, inventor of X39 and LifeWave. We must actually update the slide. We found out the other day that not 130, David Schmidt and LifeWave holds over 180 patents worldwide. How many companies do you know that have got patents? That means that this company is protected. I'm going to touch on that a bit more now. He's a scientist and he's an inventor. In fact, he comes from a family of inventors. Now, there's the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame, and not many people have got this award. But David Schmidt, he doesn't have it once. He has the award twice. Now, talking about the patent, this means that we have got no competition. So what does this mean? This means that we are not a Me Too product. So listen, there's a lot of very good products out there, but the problem is you've got a lot of competition. Everybody's competing on ingredients or price, or my powder is better than your powder because of this, because of that. Whereas LifeWave is in a league of its own. It's a completely unique product that has got absolutely no competition. And this is a once in a lifetime, one in a world product that we have our hands on right now. So very quickly, Wilson, tell us about X39 and stem cells. How does it all fit together?
Yes, so firstly, just something that I want to mention. You see this little sticker? You just stick it on you every day, and it doesn't heal you. It's just something I want to make very clear. This is like a firmware upgrade to the brain, and then the body starts doing its thing. So the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. At age 30, only half your stem cells are active. at age 60, you will lose almost half your stem cell activity. And that's the powerful thing here. So how it works is it's made from organic nanocrystals. It's formulated to activate your copper peptide, which then reactivates your body's own stem cells within the blood. It's completely non-invasive, non-transdermal, hypoallergenic, and it's made from 3M medical grade adhesive. Something I just want to add here. The only thing I've seen people could be allergic to with a sticker is the actual glue on it. And if that is the case, you can actually stick it on your shirt and it will still have the same effect. It doesn't need to touch the body. And I like that. Anyone can use it. So this is a slide where I can actually talk about for the next 2 hours. My story with X39 started with my mom. I met Chris. I got a sleeve of X39. My mom has a cushion in between her L4, L5 vertebra that was disintegrating. She couldn't walk. She couldn't make the bathroom in time in the mornings, debilitating pain. And she couldn't function. I was like, Mom, let's stick this sticker on you. Let's see what it does. She was like, it's a little sticker. What is this going to do? I stuck it on there, right there where the pain was. I left her. It was 15 minutes later. She came back into the room where I was sitting, white in the face. She's like, what is this? My pain's gone. 3 months later, she could pick stuff up off the floor. She then went for her operation to tie the two vertebrae together. Very serious operation. My mom's in her late 70s. And the average person from that up in her age can walk 6 to 8 weeks later. 2 weeks later, she was walking. A month after the operation, you could see the scars started disappearing. So it's going to help with pain relief. It's going to do reduced inflammation. It supports wound healing. I've got so much energy. I'm bouncing off the walls. I sleep a lot better at night, like a really, really deep sleep. And then I wake up very early and like a bat out of hell. I'm like, go, go, go. Chris, just on this side of mental clarity, before I go on, please touch a bit on that, because you had an experience with that quite quickly.
Yeah, it was basically 5 days later. Like I said in the beginning, end of last year, I was hitting a complete burnout, and that foggy brain that I was talking about, it's debilitating. It's actually debilitating. What it does is you procrastinate and you just can't get things done. And it was literally, I put the patches on, and it was on day 5. I was actually sitting outside on the balcony, and I said to my partner, Lucinda, I looked outside and I said, the trees are greener and the sky is bluer. And she like looked at me and thought, what are you talking about? That's the only way I can try to describe it. It's like my world went from black and white, and suddenly somebody put the color on. And it basically felt like a veil had been lifted off my head. I could not believe the amount of mental clarity. My brain is what it feels like when I was in my mid-20s. And as time has gone
I
by,
could also
wow,
add to that.
also amazing,
So,
hey?
yeah, I feel like I'm 20 again. Isn't that
Yep.
just incredible?
Yeah, yeah, you and I both. I'm looking at you now. I mean, when we saw each other last week, you are de-aging. You are literally de-aging. You are looking so much younger.
My hair is starting to grow. Can you believe that? I haven't had hair since the 90s, and I'm sure I'm gonna raise a couple eyebrows the moment I go cut my hair, and I've got like a fringe I can whip back. I can't wait for that. Just something I also want to mention on these different points that this helps for. Faster recovery from exercise and improved skin appearance. So if we have sports people in the room, people that are active, imagine you could have more stamina. You could recover from your exercise quicker. You could literally have more strength. And this is without drugs, without anything going into the body. And if you had to hurt yourself, you'd recover from it a lot quicker. And then, of course, the last one, improved skin appearance. I can also attest to that. My skin is straightening out. I can see the color coming back into it. Just incredible, just incredible. So how to wear X39? This is very, very important. You wear the patch for 12 hours on, 12 hours off. To repair and rejuvenate. Just on this note, the healing actually happens in the resting period. A lot of time people make the mistake of putting the patch on, not taking it off. What I personally do is I wake up in the morning, I stick one on before I go to bed, I'll take it off and I rinse and repeat. You throw away the patch, then put on a new patch and repeat, and just drink plenty of water. Something I also want to mention here, the effects of this sticker is compounding. That means every day you're rejuvenating more stem cells within the blood, and over time, that has incredible effects. And then after a 3-month period, that's when magic starts happening. So consistency is the key. So long-term results of X39. So within the first few days, you will see 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced, decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. This is something really close to my heart, guys. I've had to deal with depression for a very long time in my life. I also have friends that's dealing with it. A friend of ours, manic depressive, that's not something that goes away. And she used the patches, and within a week, she was a different person. And that's really big. A lot of people are suffering from that. Within 3 months, your collagen gets increased naturally, decreases in wrinkles, hair growth increases, increases in structural integrity of both the skeletal and muscular systems. And then the last one there is the heart reverses in age. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by 8 years just using this technology for 6 months. Now, let me ask you a question. How much more time be worth it for you? Because, yeah, you use this technology for a year, you could add another 6 years, another 10 years to your life. And David Schmidt doesn't call it anti-aging. He calls it age reversal. And we're literally seeing that happening. So there's a couple things I can say here. Firstly, when you want to try this technology, there's a 90-day protocol. The reason for that is you need to use it for 90 days before you can even make a call whether you want to carry on with it or not. It's actually a month for every decade you are old. The older you are, you're going to need to use it for a bit longer. But I have to say, I don't think I'll ever stop using it because I just feel great all the time. We have seen results within weeks, days, hours, or minutes, or even seconds, but it depends from person to person. Our bodies aren't built all the same, and yes, it could be different. And the biggest reason why people won't get results is because they're not drinking enough water. And this is a really big thing. As you can see, I'm always just sipping on water. Very, very important. It actually helps for the cells to communicate better with the brain. And yes, you can have a lot better effects if you just hydrate properly. So this is an incredible website to go look at. Onyx Cole, our leader in America, put this together. It's called startx39.com. There is a lot of information there. You could keep yourself busy there for literally a good couple of weeks. All the patents, the clinical trials, everything you're looking for is there, exactly how it works, where this all started. So please take a screenshot. If this is the first time you're looking at it, and go play around there on the startx39.com website. They're absolutely incredible what they've done there.
And also, what's so cool on the website is it's translated to all the different languages of all the different countries we're in. So just click on the little flag at the bottom there, and as you click on it, the whole website translates into the different language, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah, that takes a lot of work. So yeah, that's something that we must use as a resource. A lot of time and energy has gone in there. So X39 is my greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seem like a miracle too good to be true. But it is simply applying the magic of stem cells in the human body. And if you hear this guy speak, you're just going to like him. He's just the most humble guy I've ever heard talk. So this was very, very interesting when I looked at it the first time. So this is a topography map. So this lady was 77 years old, and she placed X39 on her neck. And then it literally scanned the brain, and it started seeing what's going on there. So this was the first session. You'll see that it's like very inflamed there on the red. You see a lot of red in there. That's day one. And then 3 weeks later on X39, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence. That's why we're starting to feel that mental clarity. And like Chris said, like the sky looks bluer, you're just becoming more sharper. And then 6 weeks later, complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity, better brain coherence, just absolutely incredible. And I'm sure we all want a little bit of that. So this is also quite remarkable. If you look at inflammation, I have now, a lot of people have come to me and say, hey, I'm feeling better, I've got this. And then I don't even know what it is. I need to go on Google, I need to go research. And it's crazy, like 90% of the time, any serious issue, it's a form of inflammation somewhere. And look at these pictures. If you look at the one on the right, this was a lady that took a scan 30 minutes later. Look at the reduction in inflammation. And can you now imagine what that's going to do with the body over a period of time? Just goes after the cause of issues, not the symptoms, which is very powerful. So yes, horses don't lie. They can't talk. This was a horse that was put on Aeon, one of our products. Also great for inflammation. And just look at the left-hand side, what he looked at before, using the technology, not happy at all. And then the complete turnaround. If you look at those pictures, you can just see the inflammation starting to disappear. This was over a 7-month period, but I thought this was an incredible shot to look at. So yes, here are a couple shots for de-aging and age reversal. The first one I want to quickly go through, it's really groundbreaking. I mean, if you look at that lady on the left and you look at the bags under her eyes, you see on day 42, it's starting to disappear. And then look at 355 days later, the skin has straightened out. Even above the eye is starting to straighten out. The color of her eyes are more bright. If we look at the next slide, that was in 45 days, which is incredible. You can see the wrinkles on the side of her face just straightening out. The slide on the right there, also remarkable. If you look at that lady, she looks great in the first shot, but look at the second one and look carefully at it. Look at the color of her eyes. That was shocking. Like you can see it's returning back to its original color. And then look at her neck. It's just tightening up. And again, this is with no drugs or surgery. It's just applying the patch for 12 hours over time. If we look at the bottom left picture, same story. This was in 9 weeks. Absolutely incredible. And then the last pictures was over a space of 5 months. And just look, our mouth at the bottom is starting to straighten out. And look at her neck as well, just tightening up. Just incredible. So sorry for these slides. I know some of them are a bit gory, but it's important for people to see. So the chap there on the left-hand side has vitiligo. Also not a nice thing to have. Can you imagine that's what happens to your skin and how insecure you must feel having that? And look at the difference over 3 months. And I can't wait to see an updated shot of that. Can you imagine what that's doing to his self-confidence? That's absolutely incredible. Having something like that, you don't want to go outside. And to be able to help people in that way, I think it's just incredible. If we look at that middle shot, psoriasis, this is in a very short time. I mean, look there, the second slide, 12 hours. The third slide, 36 hours, 10 days later, completely gone. If you look at this gory picture on the right-hand side, I can attest to this as well with my mom's scars. This was in 12 days after my mom went for operation. Literally 3 weeks later, you could hardly see where they were cutting her open. And I mean, she went for a serious back operation. The last picture on the left there, Bell's palsy, again, debilitating something. I mean, can you imagine with your face making a spasm like that? You don't want to go out in public. And just look at that. 3 months later, she looks completely normal. Just see the life come back into her. So these are also a couple gory pictures. So wound recovery and wound healing, this technology is incredible. Look at this lady. She definitely got hurt there within 21 days, just starting to disappear. This chap on the right-hand side had a snowboard accident and really bad. I mean, he reacted like 5 days. You couldn't hardly see that it happened. The slide I like the most of this is the one here at the bottom with this old fella. Firstly, you can see he's wearing a couple patches. You can wear more than once, or more than one. And I mean, he fell and he hurt himself badly. And look at the difference between the first one and the second, the last picture. It's within 7 weeks. He looks even, I'm sure he looks even better than when he looked at before he started using it. The last picture, a bit gory. They definitely cut their finger off there. And look there, 21 days later, it looks brand new. And what I like about those pictures, if that's what it's doing outside the body, just know that the inside of the body is also getting younger and being rejuvenated. So I'm excited for the hair loss. I haven't had hair for a long time. If you look at this guy within 6 weeks, I haven't had that response yet, but other things have been happening, which I'm really grateful for. The guy underneath him as well. And then the chap here on the right-hand side, I mean, from no hair to needing a haircut within 3 months, just incredible. So, athletes on patches. So there's a couple of things I'd like to say here. I mean, if you're an athlete and you're competing against an athlete that's not wearing this technology, you're already having an advantage. You're going to have mental clarity, you're going to have more stamina, you're going to have more strength. And you can start seeing the serious athletes in the world using this technology. Firstly, you see Michael Phelps. We all know he's using the energy patches. The same for Serena Williams. And then if you look at David Beckham, and the last one is something that I really enjoy. Lorenzo is a superbike champion. Now, if you're driving a superbike, you're going 300 k's an hour. He sticks it right on the forehead, puts on his helmet, and it helps with concentration. And if you had to get hurt coming off the bike, you'll recover from it quicker. So, Chris, I'd like you to play that little video clip there from David Schmidt, telling the story of how he got to the Olympic Committee, because I think that's very, very powerful.
When I started LifeWave and was doing an evaluation of how to market this, I was thinking about radio and TV. I approached GNC, who wanted to market the product, looked at infomercials and talked to companies about doing that. We did some testing. And I had an experience where a fellow that was a business friend introduced me to somebody. We had a business lunch, and then he ran into somebody in a movie theater who was interested in investing in LifeWave. I met with that guy, and then he introduced me to a medical doctor who introduced me to another medical doctor who was friends with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So in about a 3-week period of time, I went from sitting at a lunch in Beaufort to being out at Stanford University putting patches on Olympic swimmers with Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And when I really thought about that, I said, you know, this would never have happened with the product sitting on the shelf at GNC. Would never happen. Yeah. This is all networking. I need to go back and reevaluate this. And so in July of 2004, I flew out to California. I was invited there by Coach Quick to see the Olympic trials. And when I landed, he said, well, we have an issue. The Olympic Committee thinks that there's drugs in these patches, and they want you to, explain what the technology is. So I met with this fellow, Dr. Scott Rodeo, explained what the patches were. They took them down to UCLA Microanalytical Lab, validated, there were only natural materials in the patches, and we were vindicated. But over 1,000 people contacted me wanting to buy the product and be a distributor for this new technology. And I was like, okay, the alarm bells went off. Clearly, what God is telling me, this is supposed to be a network marketing company. And 3 months later, on November 10th of 2004, we started sales. We did $500,000 in business our very first month, and wow. 17 million in sales for 2005. So it was a very, very clear sign. This was where our home was supposed to be.
Wow. I had the honor to see David Schmidt speaking on the stage last month in Tampa, Florida. We were over in the USA, and there were over nearly 2,000 people at this event, and we watched David Schmidt. Now, when David Schmidt walked onto the stage, he got a standing ovation before he even opened his mouth. It was absolutely insane. This man has got a vision, one of the biggest visions I've ever seen in my life. He just wants to make a difference in this world. And one of the most humble people that I've ever known at this level. So we are in good hands. Let me tell you, let me go one back. The international convention is going to be on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Orlando, Florida, which is starting. So there's a few updates which are going to be hitting the airwaves very soon. And as soon as we get that info, we'll let everybody know. All right, so very quickly, well-known people talking about stem cells and peptide therapy and that type of thing. I just wanted to touch on Tony Robbins. Everybody knows Tony Robbins. He's an international author, motivational speaker, written many books. And he wrote this book end of last year, and he published it called Life Force. And in his book, he talks about stem cells, stem cell therapy, and peptide therapy, copper peptide therapy. And he's had very good results with stem cells. Now, you've got a 50% chance that the stem cells that is going to work if you take the traditional injection. And the other thing is it's very, very expensive. Now, even Tony Robbins making a comment saying that it's expensive, you're looking at 7,000 to 100,000 US dollars for a set of stem cell injections, where the LifeWave patches are, if not more effective, at a fraction of the cost. This is the technology.
Chris, I just want to add something here. So
Yeah.
I actually got a hold of the Stem Cell Institute in South Africa, and I was like, I want a quote on stem cell therapy, and I was shocked. So 18,000 Rand to harvest the stem cells. They harvest your own fat. It gets harvested from your own fat. 18,000 Rand to store it, and then 18,000 Rand to inject it. And that's not a treatment that you're going to do once. It's something that you're going to repeat like 3 or 4 times through the year. And that's in South Africa. And they completely legit, but that just gives you an idea what it costs here to do that. And I mean, very, very few people can afford that.
Wow, 3 to 4 times a year. That's 100,000 Rand. 100,000 Rand.
Yeah.
Bam. Okay, so you're probably thinking to yourself, what on earth do these patches cost? Don't worry, nowhere near that. I'll get to the price of them now. But very quickly, Wilson has spoken a lot about our flagship product called X39. This is the, we call it the new kid on the block. This is what has put LifeWave on the map, the X39, which was launched 3 years ago. But as we mentioned, the company's been around 19 years, so there were precursor products to start with. So I'm going to quickly run through the other products. There's products for sports people. There's one for extreme levels of pain. We've got the sleepy patch that assists with sleeping, high levels of stress and inflammation, stamina, immune system, weight and hormones, and energy. Now, these 3 products are not available in South Africa, but there is the one for mood, the one for animals, and the one called Alevita for skin. So basically from that level above, everything available here in South Africa. All right, so you're probably wondering, okie dokie, Chris has been talking about thousands of dollars here. What on earth do these products cost? All right, we have what we call the retail price. This is if you want to try the product out, or a person just wants to purchase it. The retail price for the X39 and the X49 is $149 for a full sleeve of patches that gives you 30 patches in a sleeve. The other supplementary products are $79, and that's one sleeve, 30 patches, which is a 1 month supply. And then obviously whatever country you're in, you've got to add your country tax and obviously delivery. Then, why would you want to pay a retail price when you can actually get the product at wholesale price? It's very easy. All you do is you register with LifeWave, and you become a brand partner. Sorry?
We lost you there for a second.
Where did you lose me?
Just for a second, you can carry on.
Oh, for a second. Oh, good. Okay. So, so what you do is you register, you become a brand partner, and that means that you can purchase the product at wholesale price. At wholesale price, the X39 and X49 drops right down to only $99 for a sleeve of X39. The other products are $49 to $69, and like I said, that's for one sleeve, 30 patches, 1 month supply. Much, much cheaper than 100,000 Rand for one shot. Hey, Wilson? Okay, so how do you register? How do you get involved? We've got 5 different enrollment kits. The entry level is what we call bronze, and that is $125, gives you one sleeve of X39. The next kit is the silver kit, which is $300. This is more popular. That gives you 3 sleeves of X39, or you can mix and match. I'll explain that to you shortly. Now, the cool thing is from silver and above, it waivers your registration fee. As you can see in the bronze kit, there's a $25 registration fee included. Once you register silver and above, your registration fee actually falls away. And then one of our more popular kits is the gold, which is $500. That gives you 5.5 sleeves of X39. What I mean by half, they don't cut the envelope of X39 in half. What that means is at this level, you actually get a free sleeve of one of the supplementary products. At platinum, that's $1,000. That gives you 12 sleeves of X39. If you work that out, you're getting 2 sleeves of X39 for free at the platinum level. And then lastly, we have the diamond kit, which is $1,600. That gives you 19 sleeves of X39. And that gives you 3 sleeves of X39 for free. Or if you amortize it out, it brings the unit price per sleeve down to only $84. Now, the cool thing with LifeWave, now this is very different. This is very unique in the industry. I mean, LifeWave is unique on every single level. But just on the registration kits, you can upgrade your kit at any given time, and you're only paying the difference, which is so different. Now, I'll give you an example. Say, for example, you joined at silver, and you go 2 weeks later, you go, oh, you know what? I should have joined at gold because I've got other sleeves I want to share with different family members or whatever. That doesn't mean that you now have to register for a gold kit. Because you were already on silver, all you do is you upgrade, and you pay the difference between silver and gold, which is $200, and that's when you get the difference in sleeves. Right, so recap, this slide, a picture speaks 1,000 words. When you see that graph going up, we're talking about a 19-year-old company. We call it a 19-year-old startup company. We are only getting started. As I mentioned, the company is 10x its turnover and is in over 84 countries around the world. I'm going to play a quick 6-minute clip. Sit back, get your popcorn ready. This is just going to encompass everything that Wilson and I have spoken about, and then we're going to continue straight after this. Here goes.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it.
You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
Yeah, two of the biggest things that stuck out to me in that video at the end is that person that he said, you feel obligated to share this product. And what the other lady said is we're making a difference in people's lives. And that's what it's all about. You know, if I look at myself, I know what the product did for myself personally, but both Wilson and I, funny enough, both of us on the call for the very first time together tonight, it did something for our mothers. Now, a mother is very important. A parent is important, and you don't want to see your parents suffering. You know, very quickly, my mom, she suffered from a disease called fibromyalgia, and that's a muscle degenerative disease. My mom's had it for 16 years. And we took my mom to different doctors, specialists, homeopaths, naturopaths. I mean, we tried every single route, and nothing my mom took ever worked. And the pain that my mom had was so bad, they actually call it the suicide disease, along with some other diseases, that my mom would wake up every hour from the pain. And to watch my mom go through this, that was very difficult on anybody, you know. And so I got into patches, and after 5 days, I'm busy bouncing around like a Duracell bunny. I'm like so excited, I can think straight. And I went to go see my mom, and I took her sleeve of X39 patches, and I said, "Mom, I feel like we're onto something that's going to help you." And she said to me, "Don't waste your money. You know, we've tried everything." And I said, "Mom, you know what? We're going to give this a go." And I put the patch on her back. And 3 days later, her toothache disappeared. 2 weeks later, her cyst in her nose disappeared. But the biggest thing is 3.5 weeks later, my mom phoned me crying. And I got worried. I thought, oh my word, what's wrong? Is my mom okay? She cried from tears of joy. And she said, "You're not going to believe this. I slept through last night for the very first time in 16 years. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but after what that did for my mom, how do I keep quiet? How can I not tell other people?" And that's what got me so excited. And that's what I've done. All I've done is from that moment, I got a list of paper, and I just wrote down people's names and numbers that popped into my head. And I just started sharing with them and said, "Guys, oh my goodness, you must see what I've come across." And that's where we are now, 10 months later, making a difference to thousands of people around the world. And we are right here at the beginning of something so, so special. So, so special.
I just wanted to add something there as well. Can you allow me to share my screen quickly?
Yes, of course.
I just want to paint a picture of what's been happening within our community in the last 10 months. I think it's very important. I had an incredible story with my mom. Helped her pain 3 months later, she could pick stuff up off the floor. I then started patching friends of mine. Desiree, that's on the call, I phoned her up. She was in a lot of pain, kidney stones, busy passing, and she was literally like yellow in color when I got to her. I stuck the sticker on her. Her color changed within 45 minutes. The next day, she passed 20 stones. Her son, Kenneth, had a tremor in his leg that would trigger seizures. He didn't sleep for years properly. We stuck the sticker on him, and 24 hours later, he slept through for the first time. My really good friend, Ingi, a South African icon, she's the drummer for Cloud. She was in a car accident many, many years ago, and then that triggered a trigeminal neuralgia attack, which she suffered with for 40 years. It is really excruciating. People don't survive it. Also a form of a suicide disease. People kill themselves within the first 3 years of getting it. And I'll never forget the night that I went to her, and she had the same response as your mom, Chris. I was like, "We're going to stick the sticker on you." And she was like, "There's no way this is going to do anything." And I'll never forget it. We stuck the sticker there on her neck, and there was a 50% reduction in pain within the first 15 minutes. And then she went through a tough time on the stickers because it was detoxing her. It's now 7 months later, and she has not had an attack in the last 2 months. And this is somebody very close to my heart. So just to quickly show you guys what's been happening. So this is a Telegram group that we've created just for testimonies. And for some reason, it's not glitching and I can't open it. So I don't know if you guys can see that. So at the top there, you'll see scar reduction, asthma, tinnitus, lupus, depression, eyesight and vision, 2 different things, cancer. Guys, there's some things on this list I can't even pronounce. I need to go online to see what it is. and we're seeing positive results for these things. Am I saying people are getting cured? No, it's going to take time if you're sitting with a serious issue. But many of these things on here, people will never see improvement. And we're seeing this on a daily basis. Parkinson's, brain trauma, absolutely incredible. Arthritis. Guys, do you know how many people suffer with arthritis? It's starting to develop very young. And we are seeing incredible results with arthritis. I've seen a lady couldn't close her fists, but 5 days later, she could make a fist. Another fella, within 5 weeks, it was gone, as if he's never had it. Thyroid issues. I mean, I don't even know what that is. And the list just goes on and on and on. We now have over 500 testimonies in our team. I mean, autism. Guys, never in the history of anything have anyone seen positive results for autism. And I'm not saying that we're curing it, no, but we're seeing an improvement. For an autistic child to have a 15% improvement could be life-changing. And Javi, that's our upline, that's not on the call this evening, he's got an incredible testimony with his son. And it just goes on and on and on. Every day, there's more testimonies added to this of people just seeing positive results. And it's just picking up momentum. And I'm sure everybody on this call knows at least one person that's got one of these issues. And like Chris said, it's my obligation to share this with people because I don't know, you know, and I don't know what issues they might have. And here we've got something that could make a difference, and it could make a huge difference in that person's life. So, yeah, I mean, just look at it's just going on and on and on. Wow. And that's just something that I really wanted to share with you guys. And if you click on any of these things, there's like 5 or 10 different testimonies on some of them. So yeah, that's just something that I had to just make you guys aware of. This is not just for pain. This is not just for concentration. We are seeing results for things that have no explanation, and the doctors are just shaking their heads. So yeah, just wanted to touch on that.
I'm glad you did that, Wilson, so people can see that. Just by me watching it, I was going, wow, look at all of that. So very easy, guys. We've got a group called 333. There's 500 people on the group. That's our team. We post the Telegram group. So a person just asks if you're not on Telegram. It's the same as WhatsApp. What you do is just download it, go into your App Store or our store, download Telegram, and then you just click on the link and you have full access to it. It's not a group that's busy with chats and everything. It's purely testimonies. And then, you know, should you wish to become part of our family, we add you onto a WhatsApp group. It can be a little bit busy, so you put it on silent. And that's a support group where we help people do the ranks on both sides of LifeWave. So, you know, very quickly on the two sides, we've got like 4 minutes left, and we're going to touch on this. There's two sides of LifeWave. You can register and you can become a wholesale client, and you can purchase the product at wholesale. And then the other side of it is the business building side. That's should you want to take this to the next level and turn this into a business, which is something that that Wilson and I are currently doing. And you know, with LifeWave, we're talking about your helping you on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and financially as well. And you know, George talks about a thing called financial anxiety gets lifted. And this is what LifeWave has been able to give to people. Where, you know, I want you to think about this. What would an extra $500 a month, $500 a month do in your household? Would that make a difference in your household? Completely. Well, I can hear my echo coming back. So, you know, that's where we start, where we can help people baby steps, where whatever your vision is, whatever your goals are, you can turn this into international business, which is what we're doing right now. And we're helping people all around the world. I see George has got his hand up. George, you're getting ready to go to the convention now. There you go. I've asked you to unmute.
You got me now?
There we go. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm getting ready. I've got the suitcases on the floor, packing them, got 3 hours before I need to go to sleep and got to be out the door first thing in the morning. We'll land in Miami. Unlike the last one, I'm not arriving like 3 hours before, totally wrecked. I'm giving myself a little bit of a break. Chris said, first of all, great, you two, great call that you've done together. I love it. That's the first thing I want to say. Congratulations. You mentioned about financial anxieties. I don't know if Chris earlier on the call, because I was driving, if he talked about his situation, his financial situation, but both of us had businesses which were completely killed by COVID. I'd been working on a platform for the restaurant business for 2 years, had put a lot of time and energy in it. We just had an investor to put $1.5 million into it to open it in the United States. And COVID came in and every restaurant was shut and the whole thing fell apart. And I was looking for something, casting around for something that I could put my energy into. And yeah, hi Tracy, going to see you in Orlando. Something I could put my energy into. And like many people, I looked at crypto things and I did make money and I did lose money. And then I got very tired of it because it was a bit passionless for me. And I saw a video of David Schmidt speaking to health professionals. And I said, if this is true, it's revolutionary. And I want to try it. I'd also been interested in light and the electric body for many decades. So it wasn't something strange to me. And then as soon as I said, I want to try it, I said, I want to speak to somebody who's been in this business for a while. Because I was totally against network marketing for certain reasons. And I spoke to her, I met Javi, spoke to Javi, we understood each other immediately. And I asked him some questions and he gave me answers where I said to myself, this guy's real. He's not playing me, he's not giving me a story. And I started just like everybody with nobody with in the back office with my name and 2+, the plus on the left, the plus on the right, and reaching out to people. There was all sorts of reactions. Some said totally not interested. Other people said, listen, I'm going to try. First result was my friend with tinnitus. In 2.5 hours, his tinnitus dropped 50%. The first night in 40 years, he slept 7 hours instead of 3 to 4 hours. And one of the people I reached out to was Chris. And Chris was overwhelmed at the time. I don't know if he told the story, but I looked at him on a call and I sent him a message, said, you look like S ... And he's like, thanks for the compliment. And I said, I can help you. And it took a while for him to have the headspace to give attention to it. So I fed him little by constantly, but not overwhelming him with bits of information until 1 or 2 actually hit home. I spoke about Javi with the autistic boy and my friend with tinnitus, and those 2 hit home for him because of his partner Lucinda with tinnitus and his nephew with autism. And he said, okay, I'm going to try. Changing lives. I know many times people say this will change your life. And I go, do I really want my life changed? I want to make it better, but I don't actually want to change it. But what we're doing is we're changing lives. We have people who, one gentleman, Tommy, they asked me to get on the call with him. How are you, Tommy? He's in Texas, 7 years in a wheelchair. He says to me, I think I'm dead in the water. Within 3 weeks, he's out of the wheelchair, standing. The other day, he said, I'm so happy I can actually stand in a queue. And I said, I'm going to look at queues differently from now on. Off insulin, off oxygen, and his blood is all in range. A lady in South Africa, semi-paralyzed for the last 30 years, 10 years, she hasn't even driven a car. Within a month, she's driving her car again. And she's got her life back completely. And I have many, many, many stories, light stories and super strong stories. So just going to say this to finish. You can hear I've got passion. So really, for anybody who's going to do this, I always say you need two, on the one hand, you need persistence and consistency. And on the other hand, patience and passion. Time will do the rest. I'm in a totally different financial situation that I was a year ago, and my anxieties have receded tremendously, and I've actually been able to repair pretty much all of the broken things in our home and vehicles and so on and so forth. So anybody who wants to do this, who this rings a bell with, speak to your upline, and if they're unable to help you, keep going till you get to your active working upline, whether it's Chris, whether it's Wilson, whether it's somebody else, whether it's myself, and we want to support you to take this wherever you want to take it. I will be sending stuff to Orlando, Florida. I'll be putting it on the group.
Thank you, George. Just take photos there, buddy. Next year, I'm going to be there with you. Always so jealous. It's your second trip there. So next year, we're going to make sure there's a whole crew of us. Yeah, you touched on so many things, guys. For me, in closing, this is something that has completely transformed the way I think, the way I live. It's done that for many people that are very close to my heart. And we've helped people with debilitating issues. And it's my obligation to do this and to share it with people. And I don't know, what they have, but here's something that could definitely make a difference. And all we got to do is share it.
No, completely. Thank you, my brother. And it's been an awesome journey walking this journey with you. And thank you again to George. And also just quickly in closing as well is with LifeWave, you in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You get the support from an amazing community of like-minded and like-hearted people. And we're not going to talk too much about the business side tonight, but on Thursday, if you're interested, we're going to be doing a training. I'll be doing it. I've been putting a lot of work into putting some really cool slides together, which is going to explain right from the beginning exactly the ways that you can earn money with LifeWave and how you can turn this into a very successful business. And that will be on Thursday night, same place, same link. So for the rest of this week coming up, we've got presentation tomorrow night, presentation Wednesday night, and all you guys have to do is to share a little bit of information with people, not too much, enough to keep a person curious, and invite them onto a Zoom call. Let us serve you. Let us do the work for you. We'll present for you, and then we do trainings every Thursday, and then obviously Saturdays we link in with the USA team. So, guys, from my side, thank you for taking the time out. Get back to the person who invited you onto the call this evening. Let them know what part interested you the most, and looking forward to walking this journey together with you. So, my side, good night. God bless. Look after yourselves. See you all tomorrow. Love you all.
Travel safe, George. Take pictures, brother. Cheers, guys. Have a good evening. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, my brother. Just so nice presenting with you. Love it.